Hey everybody, Jack Luther, back for another video. Just did one for Loot Crate. Now we're back again for another episode of What's in the Box. And tonight we're doing another box, generic box right here, you know. Fragile. It must be Italian. So, we have a box. Name of the show is What's in the Box, so what's in the box? Well, we're about to find out. Take this one pretty good. There we go. Oh gosh. Ooh. Oh, there we go. All right. So, in my last video, we got little notebooks. I mentioned that I was back into Magic the Gathering, so I'm working on building a deck. The theme of the deck has something to do with elephants. I kind of like them. I found a bunch of them that work together, so that's what I'm playing around with. So when I did that, I remember I had a figure back when I was in college. If you're in comics, you know who Todd McFarlane is. He made Spawn, made a bunch of, did the artwork on that. Really great comic. He made his own toy company. Because toy manufacturers just, I guess, wasn't doing what he wanted to do. So he's making his own toys. So one of the series was called Total Chaos. It really didn't have a whole lot to do with Spawn. These were just different characters he created, made figures for. They're from different worlds or different dimensions. We were known as ultra action figures, although a lot of them didn't have a whole lot of action, but that's okay. Well, there was one figure he made. I had it. I don't know what happened to it, but I had to have it back. And I did get it back, and here it is today. It's What's in the Box is from the Total Chaos line from Todd McFarlane, Poacher, the Renegade Elephant. This is a massive figure. He's pretty heavy. He's pretty thick. In a far-off sector of the galaxy, there's a battle of good versus evil. Conflict is not fought by armies, but by a handful of warriors, picked from throughout the eons of time, chosen for their distinguished skills. They are then adapted to fight in this war known as Total Chaos. So it's kind of like, Mortal Kombat or something like that. So let's get to it. So, brand new mint in the package. This figure's never been opened. There's our old knife. Alright. Beg my pardon. I'm doing all this talking and dry on my throat. There we go. Get the twist tie off of them. Move that part. Oh. Sorry, but there's something about a huge, giant elephant that's missing his ears, loaded to the brim with bones and everything of his conquest. This guy, he is massive. He is quite large. He does have some articulation. His arms move. I got some movement in the wrist. He has a V joint on him, but his legs do turn, and head turns. That's about it. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff going, a whole lot of articulation. He has enough to be displayed. And of course, what I always think makes or breaks a figure are the accessories. And he comes up in spades in this department. This guy is loaded with stuff. First off, he's got, down here on his hip, he has a knife. It's attached to a peg. It pops right off, but it goes right there. Next, we go on his back. And you would think they would just mold all this as one piece. They didn't. These are all separate bone pieces. Different pieces from different things that he's hunted. See right there. He comes with a necklace, or this thing that goes around him, and it's loaded with bones. There's a skull, there's a jawbone of another animal, there's a human arm on there, there's even a vertebrae, and then there's different rib bones and broken bones. I mean, he's been kicking some butt. I mean, he's got a lot of trophies there. You think he's related to Predator. And then the back of the card has some other stuff. He's got this giant leg bone. I don't even want to know what that was. He's got a gold spear. Then he has this silver spear with some more of this woven material on it, and the piece that it connects to. And then he's got this half bone, half cybernetic skull on a plastic rope, which he has a peg on the front of him, right about there, that hooks onto. He's incredibly detailed. They went nuts with the detail. He's got piercing in his belly. His trunk is pierced with bones. His tusks are broken off. Like I said, he has no ears. Where there were ears are just flaps of skin where they put earrings in on the detail. Now, Poacher is missing something. The figure's complete. Everything he's supposed to have is here. But there is a glaring omission. On the back of the package, it shows him. There's Poacher. He's holding a big gun. In the little bio card, he's holding a big gun. And in the instructions for his accessories, gun pins into left hand. And he has a hole in his left hand. You're not going to be able to see it that well. I doubt you can. I'll try to get it in there. But if you can see, there's a hole in his hand that the gun will peg into. Question, boys and girls, where's his gun? When I bought this figure originally, I remember thinking, well, wait a minute, it shows he has a gun in the picture in the back. It has a picture of his bio card. He's holding a gun. The instructions even tell you he holds a gun. Where's his gun? I don't know the correct answer. I've tried to Google it, but I can't, can never get any straight answers on Google. My thought process is that originally they made a gun for him. He was supposed to have a gun. And I think at the last minute, he got, this is back in '92. And we were moving to the point where gun violence was getting pretty bad. So, the other enemies come with very futuristic, a futuristic gun. Doesn't look like, the gun he came with, or was supposed to come with, looked like a giant shotgun. And probably, I guess, in the process, either it became too expensive to make the piece, it would have made it cost more money, or someone said, hey, we really can't give him a gun because, it's sending the wrong message. Yeah, it's sending the wrong message that an elephant has a gun. I mean, and it's big. It's probably an elephant gun, for crying out loud. I don't know, but I'm really disappointed they didn't take the extra step. You're making these figures look really off the wall and violent looking. You're worried about the elephant having a gun? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure. If you watch this video and you say, hey, I know the answer to that question, please post it in the comments. I'd like to know. I'd like to complete that. And what they did is they did a remake of Poacher in a special package, and that remake comes with the gun. But I really didn't want to spend extra money just to get the gun. He's fine without it. He's got enough tribal weapons to do enough damage. But all in all, this was one of my favorite figures, and I didn't know what happened to it. I lost a lot of stuff when I moved out of college. A lot of stuff got lost. But he's a beautiful, beautiful piece, literally like a piece of artwork. I'm very impressed with him. I was impressed with him the first time I saw it. My mom loves elephants, so I think that kind of passes on to me, that I have an elephant, and one that looks like it can kick a lot of butt. Like I said, the only thing that disappoints me is the whole gun thing. It's just, if it showed him in the back on the package, the figure came with the gun, but then the instructions never mentioned it or didn't show him anymore with it, I would just say that was a post-production. But the package itself tells you he has a gun, so that's like a toy mystery or something like that. But even in minus that, that's just a drop in the bucket. That is nothing that I would never say, well, I can't stand to have that figure. It doesn't come with the big gun. He's fine with what he has. The spears, the bones, all the art, the decorations on him. He's really a beautiful figure. This is, I gotta find a place somewhere in here, back here somewhere, that he gets to be put on display with all his stuff, so he looks pretty cool. So, for what's in the box, now it's Sunday morning, on Sunday, March 22nd, what was in the box? Well, it was a big freaking elephant that's going to kick butt. That is actually beautiful. So, I hope you enjoyed it. It's been the latest edition of What's in the Box. Once again, beautiful artwork done by my friend Nick for the show. It's our new cover piece. Before I go, I'm going to give some shout outs real quick. Shout out number one is to my brother from another mother, Ken Job. I got to see him again today, roommate I had in college. He's doing fantastic. He's on a little farm in Georgia with his wife and 2 kids, and the whole family's beautiful. It was great seeing him again. Ken, I love you, man. You're great. It was great seeing you again, and we're going to get down to Georgia and see you. Shout out number 2 is for Cassandra. It's a girl who works upstairs in Hollings Cancer Center that I work at. She does patient assistance. She helps a lot of people. She's a wonderful person. I love her to death. Sweetest woman alive that I know of. And has such positive, she's so positive, it just infects you. If you're having a bad day, she'll come in and she's just a couple words and bam, you're back on track. Cassandra, I love you, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. You're just so special to me. So everyone have a good morning, good weekend, and I will see you next time when we pull out the sign just to discover what's in the box.